Welcome to The Shoreline, brought to you by Shores and Islands, Ohio, where finding your Lake Erie love is a sure thing. Thank you again for joining us. We bring you The Shoreline each week to give you the inside scoop on what's happening here in our island and coastal communities. My name is Jill Bauer. I am your host, and I am the PR manager for Shores and Islands, Ohio. And we are midway through December. And as I'm sure is the case for everyone, the holiday season is just flying by. So take some time, get out there and enjoy, make some memories, really relish the season. There are still lots of ways to here around the Shores and Islands area to celebrate. We've got holiday lights tours, Christmas pop-up bars, local markets, and all kinds of local shopping opportunities for those last-minute gift buying excursions. We continue to encourage you to support local businesses and spend your gifting dollars on unique gifts that you just can't find in the big box stores. Be sure to follow along with us on social media, following the hashtag #ShopLocal. And we are featuring different small businesses every week with fun gifting ideas to hopefully inspire you. So wherever you happen to follow us, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, please go there. Megan Reynolds is our new social media manager, and she's doing a phenomenal job of spotlighting all of these local businesses, and can't wait for the listeners to meet her soon. And again, it's also time to start thinking about your plans for New Year's Eve. It's only a couple of weeks away, and it's going to be 2025. We've got several events, parties, New Year's celebrations, of course, including one of the most unique events in the state, which is the Walleye Drop in Port Clinton. You can find all of the details on that. Lakeside, Sawmill Creek Resort, and of course, downtown Sandusky. We're going to be talking about that here in a few minutes. Be sure to check out our events calendar for all the details on ways you can welcome in 2025 in the Shores and Islands, Ohio region. So like I said, we are looking forward to talking about a fun option for you guys for New Year's Eve in a couple of minutes. As always, you can find that special events calendar and the links to all of our social media platforms online at shoresandislands.com. Joining us today is Zach Cummins, Chief Operating Officer of Great Lakes Audio Visual, bringing over 20 years of expertise in technical theater and event production. Having worked with various theaters and audiovisual production companies across the U.S., Zach co-founded Great Lakes Audio Visual in 2016 with Danny Manzik to provide exceptional design, production, and entertainment services to the Great Lakes region. Today, the company has grown to serve clients nationwide while maintaining its commitment to quality and innovation. Welcome to the Shoreline, Zach.
Thanks, Jill. It's great to be here.
Good. So happy to have you. So for the non-event planners listening here, first, tell us a little bit about what an event production company does exactly.
Yeah, so we really do everything behind the scenes at your event, whether it's just a sound system so your clients can hear your event, or lighting, video to really add that spice. We kind of can do all of it. We love doing events that are small, and just add a little few flares here and there, lighting, all the way up to major corporate events, concerts, live productions for amusement parks and theaters. We kind of span across that entire spectrum. So it's a really exciting thing we do, and we have a blast doing it.
So if I'm hosting a convention and I need to make some presentations, and I need video screens, and I need some sound and microphones, you guys are the ones to contact for that.
That's exactly it. Your PowerPoints even will do what's called IMAG. Some people don't really know what that term is, but that's when you see cameras and live feed on the screens of the presenters, for larger events when you have several hundred people. That way you can kind of get that more intimate feel and be able to actually see the presenter, not just be sitting in the back of a room. Really anything that you can think of from that side of a convention, we got it, and we'll take care of it.
And you guys do a lot of like concerts and things as well, productions in that way. So that would be like the giant screens, the jumbotrons, the lighting and sound effects, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. Mobile stages. We have a mobile stage. So concerts, whether it's, at a park. We've even done a mobile stage in someone's backyard for a grad party. It's not really something you actually expect for a grad party, but yeah, the graduate actually said, I like to go a little big. And we said, we noticed, but it was fun. It was a blast. They brought in a band, but we can even do stages for, concerts for up to 10, 20, 30,000 people. So It's a large spectrum of things. No event's too small, no event's too big for us, and we have the expertise and the equipment to really make it happen.
That's amazing. So what made you want to open your business here, like in the Shores and Islands region?
We actually started the business up in Michigan. Danny and myself, we met working at Cedar Point as technicians for their live entertainment department. So we would run the sound and lighting for their shows through the summer, and we met doing that. And then one off season, we came up and worked in Michigan together at a theater company. And that's where we really said, we could form a business doing this. We love doing it. Danny has the background in business. I have the background in theater. So it really kind of kicked off from there. We opened the business in Michigan, started small. We really were doing a lot of the wedding side of things, like lighting and photo booths for weddings. That's kind of where we got the start for the business. And then with our connections at Cedar Fair, we started doing some side work for them as a contractor for their live shows. So setting up lighting and sound systems, providing rentals for their shows. And when that really started taking off, that's when we relocated the business down here to the Great Lakes region, right into Milan, where our office is now. And things quickly took off from there. We started doing work for Cedar Fair nationwide. There are Grand Carnival parades. We handle all the lighting and playback systems for those. And with Six Flags and Cedar Fair merger that just happened, it's opened even more horizons for us. So
that's going to expand your business a bit.
It is, yeah. It's a exciting time for us. It's a new horizon of what new opportunities are going to come up, what new style shows that they haven't done at Cedar Fair parks that they do at Six Flag parks. So we're really excited. But that's really kind of what brought us to the region, was that connection we had with Cedar Point and then Cedar Fair. And we really saw there was a need for a full service production company like us in this region. They have the big companies out of Cleveland and the big companies out of Toledo. And even having Kalahari right up the street from us, they were bringing in companies for their conventions from Cleveland, Toledo. Clients were having to pay those travel expenses. So it's like, this is a good location, and we brought it here, and it's been very successful since.
So you mentioned working with Six Flags, Cedar Fair, and Kalahari, but you guys will do everything from, these big corporate gigs all the way down to local weddings. So how does somebody find you and find out what your services are? So
for the wedding side of things, we have a different brand. It's called Lightwave Entertainment. We formed that about 5 years ago, and that's for our wedding-specific clientele. We kind of saw that, not that it was confusing, but it made easier for our clients to separate the two brands. A big corporation that's doing this massive event doesn't want to necessarily hire a DJ company to handle their AV.
And a wedding isn't necessarily thinking, I need audio visual.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't want to intimidate a bride with these massive stages and lighting. So we separated the brands, which has been a huge success. So Lightwave Entertainment is where they would find information about all the DJs, uplighting, venue lighting, photo booths, all those exciting things that every wedding needs. We're almost to our 5-year anniversary of that, which is exciting, and it's been growing pretty great.
So you have a lot of business here locally, but it sounds like you still travel a lot as well.
We do, yeah. So we have some corporate client, not just Six Flags, that we travel for, that we are on retainer for, that we will go do their events, different cities each quarter. So it's a lot of traveling. It's an exciting time for it, because you kind of get to see different parts of this country while doing the things we love doing. So it's a lot of fun. You
probably get to bring some of those ideas and things that you get to, create in the bigger venues, and see how you can translate that down to Shores and Islands, Ohio, and make,
exactly
fun things here. Well, what would you say is like one of the most challenging aspects of your job there?
I would say, especially talking the Shores and Islands region, one of the biggest challenges is really introducing this region, kind of like what you just spoke about, to what event production really can be like for your event. Taking design elements and creativity that you're seeing at a much larger scale in large cities for these events, and saying we really can do that in the Shores and Islands region. And it helps to bring clients to a lot of the venue options, whether it's Sawmill Creek or Kalahari for conventions, and show that we have the ability and the expertise needed in this region to be able to host those larger conventions and really have that creative twist, all while doing it in such a beautiful area of the country.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Zach, what would you say is one of the most fun aspects of your job? What do you love doing?
I think the best part is how it's different every day for us. One day you're at a wedding and doing a photo booth and having a good time with friends and family that are celebrating. And then the next day we're setting up a major lighting rig, video rig for a major convention. And even each convention is different, right? And we can bring in new creativity and new equipment, new technology. I guess that's the other exciting thing about our industry is the technology is always changing.
Something new and flashy comes along.
Exactly. So that's the other fun part is being able to be introduced to that new technology and being able to play with it and introduce it to this region.
So awesome. In addition to providing these services, last year, you and Danny were kind of instrumental in putting together and presenting an event for the Sandusky community to help bring in the new year. Previously, downtown Sandusky had celebrated with fireworks. We, for several years, had a fireworks display for families around 6 and another one at midnight. But kind of before the fireworks and in between those two shows, there wasn't really anything to do. I would assume that that's probably part of what inspired you, but what else, what just helped you guys decide to create a festival for New Year's Eve for Sandusky?
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. So we attended one of the fireworks shows and we said exactly what you're saying. We're like, these fireworks are awesome and it's great to have the community celebration with the fireworks. And we saw how many people were coming into downtown to watch them, but as soon as they're over, everyone's leaving downtown. So like, what can we do? How can we give back to the community and provide something for the community to do between the fireworks shows to celebrate? And something I always experienced growing up was First Night Akron. So the First Night movement is something that's kind of happened all over the country. It's died down since COVID. There's a lot less of them. But they've had these First Night festivals all throughout the country, originated in Boston. And we said, this might be a great opportunity to bring to Sandusky. And up until that point, we've always been the AV provider. So a promoter, someone would bring us in to put on a festival and we would do all the AV side of things. We're like, well, let's tackle this and maybe we'll put on our own festival. And so we decided to do that last year. We met with the city, introduced the idea to them, and they loved it. So that's kind of what spun off the first year of First Night Sandusky. And we are excited for the second year coming up in just a few weeks.
Oh my gosh, looking so forward to it. So as you mentioned, it's called First Night Sandusky, presented by Great Lakes Audiovisual. And obviously it's taking place this year on Tuesday, December 31st. So let's talk about some of the activities that are planned and the different locations where they take place. Let's start with the Family Fun Zone. That is going to be at the Jackson Street Pier. So what all is involved with the Family Fun Zone?
Yeah, so the Family Fun Zone, everything down at the Jackson Street Pier is under what we call the Family Fun Zone. That kicks off with what we are calling the Celebration Market at noon, and that will host several local vendors where you can shop some unique gift ideas or just unique treats and snacks. And
spend your Christmas money.
Items. Yeah, exactly. Come on down, do that. We'll have some live music playing down there right when that opens. And then at 2:00, we have some entertainment that will kick off on a stage that will be down at the pier right along the ice skating rink, which the Savista Ice Skating Rink will also be open from noon to 7. So you can come on down, skate, listen to the music. We have Alex Dominish, who I know a lot of people know. He plays a lot of local venues and is a pretty awesome musician. And we have the Locals, who also play a lot of the local music scene, and they're awesome as well. So that's 2 live musician groups that we'll have playing down at the pier throughout the night. And then starting at 2:00 is when all the family fun activities start. So we'll have face painters, caricature artists, balloon twisters, ice skating, as we mentioned, all sorts of fun things. OGO will be down there, and they'll be actually doing a cold weather gear drive, like a hat and glove drive.
Oh, nice.
So you can stop down, bring down either your gently used or new hats and gloves and donate to them. And all of this is free to the community. There's no admission. The caricature artist, the balloon twister, face painting, all of that's free. The only cost would be there's the ice skating rental, but if you have your own skates, skating is free. So that's kind of the gist of the Family Fun Zone, just a fun place to come on down, celebrate, enjoy. And that leads up to the 6:00 fireworks show that's provided by the sponsors and the businesses that put on the awesome fireworks show every year. And then the Family Fun Zone will stay open until about 8:00.
That's so awesome. And what a nice gift, I think, that is to the community as well. So that'll kind of culminate with the family-friendly fireworks display, we always kind of call it, because I have kids and they're grown now, but when they were little, there was no way they were making it till midnight.
Exactly.
And they want to celebrate too, and families want to go out and have fun things. So I love that there's all kinds of activities going on, and then you can, celebrate the new year with the kids and still have them at home in bed at a decent hour.
Exactly. Yep. Which that's the funny thing. The fireworks show that we attended when we first came up with the idea for First Night was the 6 o'clock. My wife and I were like, we don't want to be out past that. So
stay up till midnight. I got
exactly. Yep.
So it looks like then the fun kind of the party moves a little bit closer to the Shade Mylander Plaza at the foot of Columbus Avenue, and that's where you have your main stage. So tell us how the party continues there.
So over there, immediately following the 6 o'clock family-friendly fireworks, that's when all the entertainment kicks off on the main stage. So we bring in a large stage. It's at the foot of the Mylander Plaza down there. And that will have 3 acts. First, we'll kick off with a band called Big Blitz. It's actually a really, really cool, unique experience. It's 2 saxophone players and a drummer, and they take their own unique twist on the music they play. They do some really cool things with their saxophones. I hear rumors that at least one of them will play more than one saxophone at the same time. We'll see.
What?
Yeah. So we're excited to see that. So they'll start right at the end of the fireworks, roughly around 6:15 or so. And then between the sets, we have DJ Chosen. He is a local DJ that he played the 4th of July down at the pier. He does a lot of stuff with Michigan State. So he will be emceeing and kind of DJing while we change between the bands. So his first real set will be at 8 o'clock following Big Blitz's first set. Then at 8:30, we have another unique band. They're called Vinyl Arcade, and they are what they call a TV theme cover band. So they do...
That's hilarious.
Different, yeah. So we're really excited for them. They do the SpongeBob theme song. They do all sorts of theme songs. They put their own twist on it. They also do some video game themes as well. So that's another unique experience we have, which is kind of part of what First Night really is. It's a celebration of the arts. So we didn't want just a typical 3 bands. We try to find some unique, creative, not your typical band for the main stage. And then there's another set of DJ Chosen for a half hour while we flip to our closing headliner, and that's Noah Smith. He's a touring songwriter out of Cincinnati. He plays some amazing music. It's both rock and country. He puts on a phenomenal show. He really keeps the audience engaged, has great stage presence. So he'll lead us right into the new year. And
then we'll have a second fireworks display,
correct,
which you can enjoy from the Jackson Street Pier, from the Shade Mylander Plaza, pretty much anywhere along the downtown Sandusky Shoreline Drive, Shoreline Park coastline. It'll be a great fireworks show, and again, another excellent way to welcome in the new year. So,
yeah,
Zach,
absolutely.
what are you most looking forward to with First Night Sandusky this year?
I think our biggest thing is just providing something for the community that's family friendly and fun for everyone to come out and enjoy. Some great music. We really spend a lot of time decorating downtown with lighting for this event, so it makes such a unique atmosphere. We will have food trucks, but the other big thing that we're excited for, and that's a goal of ours, is to really help push the attendees of First Night Sandusky up into the city, not just stay downtown at the pier, not just stay down at the main stage, but really go and patronize the businesses, the restaurants, the bars, go warm up somewhere, during the day before you come down to do the activities, go do some shopping downtown. And it's really, it's all about the community. It's not just about being down at the main stage. It's not just about doing the family activities, but really celebrating the community and patronizing the amazing businesses we have downtown.
And there are so many phenomenal restaurants in downtown Sandusky. So, make that a part of your plan as well. Maybe go out to eat, come out, enjoy some of the music for a while, and maybe pop into a bar and get a cocktail, and then come back out, enjoy more music. It seems like this will really bring a fun vibe to downtown Sandusky for New Year's Eve, and it just will make it a really fun place to celebrate. Did you found that it was successful last year, that people had a good time?
It was a great time last year. The weather was definitely not what we wanted it to be. It was a gentle mist. Yeah, it was a gentle mist all night, and it was just above 32 degrees. So it was warm enough for it to be annoying rain instead of snow.
Well, fingers crossed that we have.
Yeah, but with that weather, we still had a great attendance. Plenty of people came down to the family activities. Plenty of people stopped by, listened to music, and they kind of did more of that going into the bars, restaurants throughout the evening, dried off, warmed up, and then came back down for like the last hour with the headliner and ring in the new year.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a really fun event and a great option. If you're looking for something to do on New Year's Eve, consider Sandusky. It's going to be really fun with First Night. Where can people go to find more information, both about Great Lakes Audiovisual, but also about First Night Sandusky?
Yeah, so for more information about First Night Sandusky, I suggest they follow us on Facebook. It's First Night Sandusky. We're going to be putting updates, really kicking off the marketing of the event this week and last week. But if they go to firstnightsandusky.com, there will be a lot more information on there about the schedule, activities. We're going to put up a map that shows where to park, since downtown has all the construction, to kind of help you a good place to plan ahead. And we'll have all that information on there. And then for Great Lakes Audiovisual, if you ever have a conference, an event, need some type of AV services, you can check us out at greatlakesaudiovisual.com, and all of our contact information on there. And you reach out and we'll work with you to make your vision come to life.
Well, that's great. Is there anything that anything else that I missed, or anything else that you wanted to share?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything. We're excited for First Night, and we hope to see everybody down there and stop by and enjoy the fun, free celebration for everybody.
That's the best part. That's the best part. Right. It's free. It's
exactly.
Like I said, such a gift to the community. You're looking for something, to do on New Year's Eve. Consider Sandusky, because it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait.
Yeah, we're excited.
All right. Well, special thanks to Zach Cummins of Great Lakes Audiovisual for joining us today. And thank you for listening. If you enjoyed this podcast, please be sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so that you don't miss a minute of the action here in Shores and Islands, Ohio. You can also find more information, including past episodes of this podcast, online at shoresandislands.com. And we'll see you next time on The Shoreline.